I'm Eddie Veliz, singer and guitar player for Kyng.
Very cool. Now, it seems like Baltimore is becoming home for you guys. It seems like every time I turn around, you guys are back coming through Baltimore. But a big variety of bands that you've been touring with.
Yeah, well, Baltimore is very awesome. You guys still got the spirit of rock and roll here, yeah, for sure. Like it's well, we played a lot of places, you know, and every time we come back here, it's just like, man, the crowds come, they have the energy, and it could be a Tuesday night, and they'll just be like, yeah, you know, just ready to rock, you know. So we like it here, for sure.
It's a blue-collar towns.
There you go.
Rock and roll. Two things go together.
Blue-collar guys.
Always does. Now, you've played with a variety of different bands. I mean, crossing through the whole rock genre.
Uh-huh.
You know, so if you actually could pick above all those on who you'd want to tour with, who would you pick?
Man, nothing's above the guys that we've played with. I mean, we played with Clutch, you know. Like,
No,
we played with
cool.
Danzig, you know, like.
Yeah.
With In Flames. It's like,
And I'm not picking on any of the bands but it's been quite a variety, which it's great because they're different fan bases too.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans of 10 Years are going to be different than the fans of In Flames.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, it's a big thing, and you know, the Sword, those will fit at least with.
Red Fang is awesome. Yeah, like,
you know,
I don't know.
I mean, those are like the Mayhem tour type bands because I saw them on Mayhem.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have the more radio friendly bands. Mm-hmm. So it crosses over to a huge different fan base.
To go from playing with the Sword, Red Fang, playing Orion Fest, you know,
that's awesome.
You know, we shared the same stage with Suicidal Tendencies and like Sepultura and like it's just Metallica and all that stuff. You know, it was like.
And to be chosen, because that's Metallica's festival.
Yeah, man,
to be chosen to play with them, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we'd love to go. We'd love to be on a full-on tour with Metallica. You know, we'd love to do a tour with. If Down would take us out, that would be great. And if Mastodon, you know, these are bands we really like. You know,
more towards the heavier side.
I mean, here's the thing: we are into that type of music. You know, we like to listen to the heavier stuff, but then again, we also listen to. Like the Foo Fighters and Pearl Jam and, all those bands as well. And, so it's great. It's great that we have the opportunity to play with so many different bands. And it's not the same genre, but if it has guitars and drums and bass and vocals, it's like we'll play with you, like that. So, I mean, we're going out with Seether and Sick Puppies.
Yep. You'll be back in September, I think it is.
We're on tour with Fair to Midland in 10 years. We just got off a tour with Red Fang and the Sword, and we played with In Flames and Trivium, like Clutch and, hell yeah, so we'll play with anybody, whoever wants to take us out, we'll go, I mean, because in the end, it's like a blitzkrieg, we're just hitting everyone, every genre we want to play in front of, put us in front of you guys, give us a chance, we'll play and hopefully you'll like us, I mean, we got to play with Obscura, they're like a tech death metal band. We got to play with Veil of Maya on that tour,
That's cool.
Awesome guys, awesome bands, and their crowds dug it, they liked it, so it's put us in front of anybody you like,
That's cool because it's always a chance when you go out there to a band like one of those where their crowd isn't going to like you. I mean, because you've heard of those type tours, you know, especially like Kiss would bring out bands with them, and the fans were just nasty.
Turn their backs on them.
Torn their backs and through things.
Yeah, we've had interesting, encounters with certain like the Danzig crowd was, it was hit and miss. Sometimes the Danzig crowd was there to see Danzig and Dolio and the Misfits stuff that was happening, which is awesome because. It just goes to show how loyal those fans are.
True.
I mean, if you have loyal fans, you can't knock it. It's just like that's what they want to come out and see. Hey, who the hell who are we to be like, listen to us? No, dude. I mean, we loved watching that every night. So I can imagine as a diehard fan. I mean, yeah, we could understand. But on the other hand, there was nights where they were loving it, and every night we would jump out in our little merch booth and we would meet a lot of people and everyone would be, hey, you guys are really good and I heard you guys are really good, so it's always we always kind of
so they're paying attention.
Yeah, they're paying attention. Now, sometimes when a crowd is quiet and watching, it's not a bad thing, especially if they've never heard of you. They're listening and like they're like soaking it all in. when there's nobody in front of you, that's when you have problems.
Now, do you change up your set depending who you're playing with?
Yeah. Depending on who we're playing with, the lighter bands, you know, we'll change it up. I mean, because, you know, once again, I don't know if you're familiar with the album. There's really heavy songs. There's really fast, thrashy songs. But then there's rock tunes, you know, in there as well, you know. And so depending on who we're playing with, I think maybe the Seether tour we might kind of lighten up the set just a bit, you know. But we like to be the aggressors sometimes, you know. Like sometimes when we're on a rock and roll tour or something like that, we'll just like, dude, let's just do a heavy set. We'll just all the heavy songs and you know, punch everything in sight, you know. And you know, it's nice to be, you know, the aggressor sometimes.
Might bring it up a notch for Seether.
Yeah.
Since their earlier stuff was more aggressive than their
I
later stuff.
To tell you the truth, sometimes we'll hit up a tour and we will have a set list that we just normally have. It's one of our we'll just do these songs, the 30-minute set. Like we know all these songs. Right. And then after that first show, we'll pay attention to the bands and we'll go, okay, let's change it up tomorrow. Let's throw this song in there and take out this one. Cool. Yeah, so we could kind of wave it in. So if Seether comes out swinging, then we'll stay. Yeah, we'll stay heavy.
It's always interesting to see like a band that's been around a long time, like they have in some of the other bands that you've toured with, to see how they put their sets together. Yeah. And, you know, they probably think, oh, you know, yeah, you have a new album out, so you want to play this, but you got to do this and keep the fans happy and the whole tour package type thing.
You got to keep the fans happy.
Now, I know in reading some of the other interviews that you've done that you weren't so happy with the mixing and all of your album and the long drawn-out process and all. Now, going forward, what do you want to do different? How do you want to change the process?
We're doing everything, you know, business savvy, you know, make sure that everything's business. You know, last time we did it, it was the bro deal. You know, everything was a bro deal. And, oh, yeah, dude, don't worry about it, bro. Like, it's going to be cool. Like, we'll do this. We'll spend as much time on this and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, we're spending a little too much time on certain things. You know, you're going to need to give me more money. And it's just like, whoa, what's up, bro? You know, like, what happened? It's not even that big of a deal. And then it just starts getting a little ugly and you never want to burn a bridge, but, you know, sometimes you have to. And I'm not saying that we ever did, but, you know, it's like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. This time around, we're just thinking it out a little bit differently. We want everything to be, you know, the same, you know. That last album, it just kind of, once we finished recording and once we finally got the mix, we had to send it out to go get it mixed again. And then get it processed again, and then we had it mastered, and you know, we went in there as a band, and we, you know, shot it out. I think we recorded that entire album in about maybe like 2 weeks, if that. Yeah. That's quick. Yeah. Yeah, we went in there, and it was, you know, a few hours at a time, whatever we got, and we would just get in there, and we just kicked it out, you know. But the mixing and the mastering, that I mean, it literally took a full year for the guy who was helping us out to get his shit together. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a pain in the ass. And then by the time he was done, you know, it was just. But things happen for a reason. You know, stuff happened, and nah, dude, go ahead. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, dude. You know, we, you know, when we finally, you know, when that guy finally got it mixed, and it was like a drawn-out process, you know, it was like a long process. It's very bittersweet, and I think that was it, you know, we're just like, finally it's out, man, it took so long, let's never do that again, you know, so. It's
like your songs are old by the time you get your album
Totally out. Old, like, I mean, by this time, well, we've already been playing the songs for, like, over 2-3 years, you know, right. Like, I mean, for as long as, I mean, you know, we wrote for about a year, and then we recorded, which took a year, and then we've been on tour for, you know, another year. So everything's kind of, we've been playing those same songs for quite some time. We have songs already drilled out and ready to go. Cool. We've been playing a brand new one lately. We unveiled it at Orion, you know, which was awesome for us. You know, we got to, you know, show people where we're headed and what the new album, you know, is going to kind of sound like.
Now, I know I asked you this when I saw you at Rock on the Range. So what about the chance of putting out acoustic material? Because that was just amazing to see you guys play acoustically.
Thank you so very much.
It's always great to see a band that's on the heavier side.
Yeah.
Strip down songs that are heavier to play them acoustically, because it really shows, I don't know, the heart of a song.
For us, I mean, I love acoustic stuff, you know? Like, I love, you know, like the Zeppelin, like going to California and, like, you know, That's the Way and stuff like that. I love like to arrange it differently, you know? Like, when we do acoustic stuff, we're not playing the riff as we would live. You know, it has to have an acoustic vibe. It has to feel different. I like to call it like the campfire version or the kumbaya version, if you will. And you know, it just has to have a different feel. So we play the songs a little, you know, a little folkier, a little, you know, country style, and you know, the elements of the actual song is still there, but you know, things are a little hokier, you know, and you know, we try to make it, you know, so that it's an actual acoustic song. You know,
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, because there's bands out there, and I'm not knocking them, but there's bands out there that are like, oh, we're going to do an acoustic set.
It's not acoustic.
It's not. They sit there with and they play the riffs that they would play on stage, and it just sounds, you know, it just doesn't sound right. You know, you got to like, when you're playing an acoustic, you got to feel it. You know, there's a little bit more going on there. You know, so I think that album, our first album, I think all the songs have a different arrangement acoustically. You know, like we could go out there and do a whole acoustic set. So to answer your question, we want to do it. You know, I have a few songs that we've, you know, that were recorded and written acoustic 100% that we've never played. You know, but you know, I just have them. So we might do like a 6-song thing with like the 3-vert, like you know, Falling Down and Takes Its Toll and whatever else we play. Trumpet Song, I think, maybe. And then like 4 more newer, just straight up acoustic songs, you know. We don't know how to go about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to come out with another album with, you know, heavier tunes, and then maybe, you know, off on an outshoot, you know,
deluxe version.
Yeah, the deluxe version, or just
a lot of people do that when they do the deluxe version and then put.
I don't know if I want a deluxe version. I kind of wanted to have its own identity, like its own little thing where it's.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it'll say Kyng, but written in wood, or you know, like in grass. I don't know, you know, but it's like. If people are they don't dig that, they don't have to buy that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it could be an interlude between albums.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but you know,
put something out.
Yeah, we have a few things like that. Like if the iTunes version, Daybreak is one of the songs. It's just me and an acoustic, and you know, it's just really, really vibey, and you can only get that on the iTunes version. But yeah, hopefully one day soon. Very cool. We'll get to do some acoustic stuff.
I like that. And I've seen a few bands where Incubus used to do this, where in the middle of their set, they just stop, bring couches out, and they do a few songs acoustic in the middle of the set, and then
Stone Temple Pilots.
Put that all, So it's
Zeppelin
cool to see that.
We're talking about. Yeah.
You know, it's great to see the change in that.
For sure. I'd love to, on a grand scale, have something like that where it is, you know, the stage behind us, and then, you know, we. You know, focus in on this little thing, you know, and get to have a sing-along with the audience.
I think it'd be cool. So I want you to pick 3 songs that make up the soundtrack of your life.
3 songs?
By other artists that make up the soundtrack of your life.
Soundtrack of my life? Jeez, I don't know. I'm kind of sappy sometimes. I guess it depends, you know, like, oh man, that's a tough one. I could tell you what song will be playing at the end of my life. I could tell you.
See, that's one song then.
Yeah,
that's one.
Then screw the other songs. This song will be playing the moment I'll be taking like my last breaths. Like, you know, I'll be like dying and almost out, and whoever's around me is going to be around. And I'm telling you, this is going to be going.
Better be on their iPhone.
Yeah, no. It's going to be playing in my head in its entirety. But at the end of the Rain Song by Led Zeppelin, that little spot when Jimmy Page just like, I don't know if you're familiar, we should pull it up and see you play it, but Death.
There you go.
That would be.
You put some thought into this one.
Oh, for sure. That would be it. Like that's the song that's gonna happen. Like it's that song. If you listen to it, just listen to that whole song, and then once you get to the end, it just could sum up your life entirely. That one song sums up my entire life. Okay, we're done with that one.
One song. I like that. I may have to shorten my question to one song instead of three. You know, it is a tough question. I'm told. Last question. It's the future. You open up the Rock and Roll Encyclopedia.
It's the future. I open
up Rock and Roll
Encyclopedia.
What do you want to read under your band's name? How do you want to be remembered?
The Mighty Kyng. That's it.
The Mighty Kyng.
The Mighty Kyng. Yeah. And it'll say a bunch of stuff. And at the end of that, it'll say, "It's good to be the king." Yeah.